What's up, Mr. M? Back again with a market update. Been a few days, letting the market kind of do what it do. So let's jump right into it. All right, so US 30, you can see we're still in this range here. We have the CPI number coming up on Thursday, so you can pretty much anticipate once the round of data comes in, we'll get a definitive move, whether it's above this level of resistance or back down to this level of support. Pretty much the same sentiment here on SPX 500, waiting for this data to really know our direction. But you can kind of see the market has now broke above this level of resistance on this previous daily candle. So a retest and or a trade below it, or a retest and back up after the data is released is what I'm looking for. Same situation on NAS 100. We broke above this level of resistance, now found support, tapped into it, and now is continuing to the upside, waiting for further data. Bitcoin has been trading kind of in this little bit of a price range, testing 110 and testing between 112 here. Market is now rejecting this level here, this EMA, and now we rejected. We'll close this daily candle the next 2 hours to see a definitive whether we close below this level of resistance, to see if we come back down again. The data that's coming in the markets in the next few days can help determine the direction. We really would need a close above this support and then a close back above this level of resistance to continue to the upside. If not, we have further downside ranges that could potentially be filled on Bitcoin back below 110, back into the 107. Ethereum, similar situation. Since we have this bullish momentum, now we're just trading in this range, kind of moving sideways between it. We're failing to close below this level of resistance and just holding this level of support here. Again, the data is going to determine pretty much all movements in the market upcoming. GBP USD, we see dollar weakness, which is giving the pound the strength, but we did come back to this level of resistance here and respected it. Still in the bullish momentum. Data will determine where we go into this range. Do we come back and tap this level of support, or do we go to our level of resistance here? Euro USD, same sentiments, dollar weakness, respecting this level of resistance, need data to really break out of this range, which I anticipate will do so for pretty much every pair. GJ. We had some fundamental data that came over the weekend that really saw us gapping up here on Monday. We did come back to fill that gap and test this level of support, and then we had buyers come in at this region. So we really need to wait and see whether we break above this level of resistance to come back and fill this range into 200, or tap below to trade back under 199. Odd CAD has been extremely bullish, been ripping up. We hit this TP2 on our fib on the monthly time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see profit taking here and a bit of a pullback back into this level of support. If we do have a close above this level of resistance, we can continue higher. Gold, same situation, been ripping higher. We finally started to see some profit taking. I think people are anticipating the data that's coming in, so people don't want to be caught kind of holding the bag, if you will. So profit taking is starting to happen as the data creeps in. We made an all-time high on gold, and we may continue to do so to fill this wick and then continue to the upside, or see a substantial pullback based off the data that comes in for inflation. Oil, same kind of sentiments. We've been trading that to the downside. We called this bearish push here last week to the downside. Now we're starting to get some bullish pullbacks, but you can see with these wicks, we are rejecting these areas and showing that the bulls are not fully in control, and we are having bullish weakness here. So we could potentially see oil back to the downside to the 62 flat, 61.5, and maybe even 60. as we get our data into the market. If not, we close above 63 a barrel, then we can continue upside movement. All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join our Discord in the description, and we'll see you on the next one.